You know what I want to do? I want us to get on some horses and go for a ride. Because on this video, I don't write nothing down. I just don't. Because anything I say with quotes or speech, I can remember that part. I just have to line it up. But as far as me and you on this video, me and you, whoever listening, we're gonna go for a ride because I haven't written nothing down, but the subject matter, we can talk about it, and then we can dig in it. We can, cause I always tell people like, I'm gonna go grab my shovel and we gonna dig into it. In this video, I'm sure, like when the gold miners went to California, like when those people, those aliens first came here, they were out in California digging up every place. Like, so we gotta find gold. Yeah. So what I want to do in this video, let's quote, like they say, ad lib. Let's just get into it and see where it takes us. Let's get on our horse and ride. Ride. Yeah, boys, get up, boy. Ow, let's. Because we'll start from here. Like if you're a stepfather or a stepmother, if you are a stepfather or stepmother, you're doing what they call, I think the word they use now, I always mess those words up, like, not a sailor or captain. It's admirable. Admirable. Especially when you think that a child will tell you, shit, you ain't my goddamn daddy. You ain't my mama. And literally, he not lying. I can imagine shoveling shit or toting buckets of piss. This got to be a hard job. What I'm saying? I'm like, damn, it's a hard job. The shit that you will have to go through if you were toting buckets of piss or shoveling shit. You ain't my daddy. You don't tell me what to do. You ain't my daddy. You don't marry some woman. Let's ride out. I mean, let's get on these horses. And you might not even know how to ride a horse, but I bet you'll know how to ride one after I finish this video. And I ain't writing it down. I just said that I was going to do it. I was just start talking. Because, like the sacrifices, like I talked about sacrifices before, the things that you do for people. And now you can imagine, where the hell these people, daddy or their mothers at? Where they at? Because I have sons and daughters. I was married and I was divorced. I'm with another woman now with her kids. But like my kids, shit, you ain't finna do a damn thing for my children. Like she can be with them. She can go sleep with him all you want. He don't have to do it. He ain't got to buy them no gas. He ain't got to do a goddamn thing for my children. I raised my children. And we had it. So you wanted a divorce? You wanted to break God's laws, break them vows? That was on her, not me. Because one thing about it, you ain't got to do a damn thing. I still was cross town. But I'm wrong for saying that because I'm on the other side of the subject, really. And I apologize for that. Because we're on the side of the step-parent. That's what we need to ride out on. Because now, you go taking some other person's children and like when you leave when you're given a child, you are given the responsibility for you and that you two spouses, you two parents. The universe said that's you better take care of that being. I sit them down there for you two to take care of. I won't get into it because I learned it metaphysically from a metaphysical people, that language that they speak, because they saying like, shit, you sign contracts. Now, I don't know that because my third eye is not open in that manner. It's not open in that. It was, but I didn't, I pulled the stone. I pulled the sword out of the stone once before. I did. It was open. But I'm not going to get into that. But, it's not open in that manner at this moment because, like they say in metaphysical world, that you sign contracts. You're saying that we're going to take care of this child, we're going to do this. And that child signed a contract. I want these two people to be my parents, to be the ones that guide me through that underworld. So now, when you break that contract, like how you break a contract, especially if you break one in the musical world, they'll be like, shit, you gonna pay for that. We're gonna kill somebody. We're gonna, but you break a contract, there are circumstances. There are, no, I said it wrong. You break a contract, there are consequences. There are consequences. So now you can imagine these two people that went to the altar and they had promised. I always like to say the universe because the universe is mama and daddy, female polarity. And so we use the word, you promise God the things that you were going to do. And now this child is born. This child is 4 or 5 years old and you're divorced. And now there's a step parent. And you step parents come into that world. Because we live in an age of divorces. It's a plague. We're plagued with divorces. They have manufactured the destruction of the family structure. In this society, there are secret societies that have, if you go read it in their mandate, we're going to destroy America's middle class society. We're going to destroy it. We're going to take manufacturing across the water. And we're going to leave this country in what would be a second class, a third world, second world, a third world country. We're going to leave it like that because we can't let these niggas flourish if we keep, So, anyway, I won't get into that because I ride over there. I'm going to leave y'all. Y'all go ride down that street. I'm going to ride in the woods. This shit. But, so, metaphysically, you're signing contracts. And we're going to ride off on that all together. We're going to leave that part alone because we're talking about step parents. Because the reason I want to talk about it, because I know a lot of people out there, you got some kids and they turn the lights on. They don't realize you turn the switch on, you turn it off. I pay for that. You go get a cup of water out of the refrigerator. You go in the refrigerator, period. It's lit. I pay for that. You get a cup of water. And I'm not saying my kids are all grown. I'm just speaking of this subject matter because you might be saying, what's going on with you? There's nothing going on with me because there's no kids. It's just me and my wife. Those kids are gone. What I do for them or what we do for them now is just generosity. I'm just speaking of it because I went through it. And I know that it's a very important subject. Because there's a lot of people I have to speak as a man, and I know from my job, there's a lot of men you meet a girl nowadays, she got 3 or 4 kids. You got to be a man to say, well, I want to marry. I'm gonna marry you. I'll marry you. I really mean this. I told you that we're gonna get someplace. We're gonna go through the woods and we don't know what we're gonna find, but we just found that. We just found that. She got 3 or 4 kids. None of them are yours. Look what we found. Stop right here. Tie them damn horses up to that tree. Come over here. Let's look at this shit. Look what we found. She got 3 or 4 kids. And you're about to marry her. Or you're about to go, like in the Bible. Look I'll show you something else we found. I told you we was going to find something. If we just ride out. Her bed. You know how the Bible say, be careful of her bed. You go sleep in her bed. You don't know the many men that have been in her bed. Now, we found this, and I won't get off on it. Damn if I won't. You sleep in her bed. She don't sleep with many men. She still have many men memories and all that. And you lay in her bed and I'm turning the room and none of those turn on yours. So now, in your mind as a stepfather, you do not have the godliness of that man that's sleeping in that once slept in that bed that were those children's father. You don't have that divinity. You don't have it. That night, when you and her in the living room of hell with 2 o'clock in the morning, the lights all on and the police outside that door, that night when that happens, I sit here and say, well, what the hell did you think was going to happen? Because when that happens that night, she really going to show you that, shit, if you want to come into this world, you want to take responsibility of something that's not yours, this is the risk that you're taking. That one day I'll say to you, Steve Wilkos will be sitting looking at you like, did you take this? You did. That last child is not your child. That kind of thing. That's what we found on this journey. That's where we are. But we're in an epidemic where marriages are dissolved at a high rate. And what is a man or even a woman is I hate to deal with it, but I'm just a man. I have to speak from the masculine side. But what are you left with when you have been divorced? Where are you in the universe at that point? Are you by Mars? Are you by Venus? Are you by Jupiter? Where am I in the stars at that point? What must I do to make my way back to heaven? How? Because the promises I made to that sacred marriage is done. I'm now in a marriage that really is, what is like counterfeit money? What is counterfeit money? It's not really real, but it's money that's in a counterfeit marriage. And you can be in one for 30 years. Say, like, man, nigga, you don't know what you talking about. I've been with one 34 years. Maybe you have. But that don't make it sacred. That don't make it right in the eye. God looking down there like, and look at, he's looking down there, and he'll look at Michelangelo look at him. He'll look at Gabriel like that. And Gabriel look at him. And then he'll probably look and get mad. And then when he look around, they don't haul ass. They're like, shit, I ain't fucking with him. I know he pissed off about that shit. That. He'll be like. And then he look down. When he look back up, where the fuck them niggas on? They're like, I ain't fucking with him because he pissed about that shit. I told you, we going to get on our horse. When I get on my horse, we going to ride someplace. And we're going to have a nice adventure. Look where we're at. We don't made it to the stars. We don't went to heaven about this. We don't made it to the stars. Because it's a lot of men right now. And I'm really talking like on my job. Young men like, man, tell me something about, man, I can't deal with them bras, man. I ain't going to, and I be talking to them because they be talking about trust. He said, man, I can't trust. Trust? How the hell are you going to trust somebody that already got 3 kids? She might have 3 from 3 different men. When she on the telephone, like when you're in an official marriage, a sacred marriage, that all them kids from you, and she on the phone, who you talking to? What's going on? But if she already had, if you in a stepfather position, she got to talk to those kids' fathers. You will be one hell of a nigga, man. You got to be one hell of a man. You sitting there, and she on the phone, she be talking to her, the middle one, daddy. And she might be talking to him because one thing about Now, come on now. Wait a minute. Let me, shit. Man, I'm finna dig up some graves on this shit. I'm gonna take myself, I'll be on Doug. We finna dig into this shit because she might be talking to him about them kids. How that shit go? Old flames, easy to light. A old flame, easy to light. It's easy to stop back burning. The candle be going down and shit. It's easy for it to flicker of a flame. That's music for your thoughts. A flicker of a flame. It's easy. So now she might be on there talking to him about the middle one, or she might be talking to the oldest child, the oldest one in the relationship. New broom, sweet clean. But the old broom know about all that goddamn dirt. I mean, that kind of thing. So you to be a stepfather or a stepmother, you have to allow that, or you have to be in a house of ball of confusion. People it's ball of confusion, like that song. Because if you either in the house saying like every time she pick up that phone, you're like, you talking to that nigga, she got to communicate with him. And you might be stupid enough to know that you don't want your woman to talk. Yeah, if you married you married a woman, all those your kids. Don't go on Steve Wilkos with that shit. he go be like, that's funny to me. I really got to do it. But we're riding out, and let's do it. I don't think I'm gonna go too much further. Probably a little tired. Horse a little tired. Let's get some water. Water the horses. But you see where I'm at, and that's how I like to do it. We don't have to write down that. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And and you'll think I'm a black man, but on my job, the white boy, yeah. Shit, you white girls, I wouldn't even fuck with y'all. Y'all was giving, man, y'all, like Bernie Mac said, what that white lady said? Bitch, pay me. I'm like, shit, white girls got no white boys. Fuck, dog. It's worth, shit, y'all talking all that white, black shit, man, please. No, I wouldn't fuck with no white girl with that. Like me and her, she'll have you fucked up, cuz. Because she Barbie. I'm fucking with Barbie. And her kids got to have, her kids damn sure got to have more than them little damn shit. And I don't know, the story, the wife, like, I'll be talking to him, like, he told me, he said that he's going to meet with his kid's mother. And that his best friend and his ex-wife, he got to meet with them. His best friend, I'm starting to start cussing on these videos, but his best friend laid down with his wife. And now he got to go meet with them to discuss his visitations, right? And when he told me that, now we work by the river. I want to go walk on that plank like what the pirates have you out there and jump off that bitch. Nick, I'm trying to stop cussing them. Motherfuckers, you crazy? I'm not meeting with them damn. I ain't doing that. I'm not gonna black man. We ain't doing that shit, man. You crazy? I'll kill them both of them. I'll beat their ass at that restaurant. But I'm doing it, But that's where we are. See, we had to ride out to find this. And it's a hell of a thing to be a step parent. And I wanted to talk about it because in the age of divorce, the majority, I know a majority, not the majority, but a majority of some neighborhoods are step parents. Where a child will they'll tell you that shit before they know about commodities. They'll be like, young, you ain't my dad, you ain't. And then 3 years go by, you still with their mama, and they get high school, and all them kids got cars. They want a car. They staying in your house. Their daddy not there. But they'll tell you when they're young, you ain't my daddy. And I'll talk all that crap to you. Excuse me, I'm scratching. Get me down bath and go to bed. But, they'll tell you all that crap. And then by the time they reach an age of where they smell their ass or smell their musk, they need those things. And now all of a sudden, you're someone that's important. And now, don't get me wrong, there are some kids, they'll tell you, I don't give a damn about what you say. That is my daddy. They love him to death. Because that job, that person came into their life when their daddy wasn't there or when their mother wasn't there. And he took care of them like a, in the manner of the relationship of what a cuckoo bird does. He leave that damn eggs with that goddamn other bird. Like he'll see a bird, like cuckoo bird to see a bird, and it's the irony or the symbolism of a cuckoo bird. Oh, why you calling him a damn cuckoo bird? He left those eggs in a nest that got eggs like his, and saying, "Man, fuck that, I ain't fucking with them." you raised them bastards, and then that bird will raise them. And that's what we're talking about. That bird that raised other birds that not that are not theirs. That are not theirs. It's the way that we as people combat what this government has done to us is commendable. You'll see an old man like me, Gray, and all the kids come up and love and hug him and say, "This is my daddy." He did not bring them into this world. He did not sign contracts in heaven and say, "I'll take care of this child." But he do it. He spend his expenses just like he does on his kids. He love them. He cry when they get sick or something. He run if they up out of town or someplace. He get in his car and he'll go. I gotta go take care of my child. My child hurting. You know what I'm saying? To any child out there, if you have a stepfather or step parent, and that's what I think we made it to the end of our journey. I think we rode out and we've had a pleasant experience. We get on our horses and ride out, and this is what we found. And I think what we found is something that is very wonderful. Step parents. You find some men, they be in that coffin, and them turn over, they crying, water coming out like a waterfall. That man ain't gone. He gone, and that man was they don't care what that was my daddy. My daddy gone. And I think what I've done here is, I think we've touched on the subject that we need to talk about and go into it and explore it further, because we're in the midst of divorces and we are in the midst of step parenting, foster homes, and what else is it they call it? Foster homes, stepchildren, and it's very important. Because the human mind and the psychic of a human being is this. You can have a child and put them up for adoption and go about your way. You ever seen a hound dog? When he's because a hound dog get a scent. That child would be like a hound dog. Trying to find his parents. I remember when I take my grandma out in the country out there. I'm down here in Savannah, so I had to take her to damn Jessup. She had a twin sister. Grandma was blacker than a damn black blueberry. And her sister, they call her Blue. They were chocolate, black ass woman. I had to take her out in the country to see her sister. When I get to that house, that goddamn hound dog used to be on that porch, and I never knew. Like Elvis, like, you ain't nothing but a hound dog crying all the time. You ain't nothing but, like when he was singing that song. When I take her to her sister's house, that hound dog be under that porch. Blue will come out the house, her sister. Shut your damn mouth. He was wanting. I opened the door to get out the car. When I opened that goddamn door, the hound dog, he was under the steps. If you didn't know he was there, a hound dog. I thought it was a child. Shut your damn mouth. You better shut your damn mouth. And her sister's name was Blue, and that damn hound dog was under that porch. This is something I'd take my grandma into the country. And that hound dog. And a child go seeking their mama, they be just like that damn hound dog. Woo!